right, welcome to Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. Kenny Fogle here with you. Glad you could be with us today. We do have a special day here today. We're out near the traffic here on US 150 Springfield Road in the Botland community at the fire department. And one of the things that, well, obviously when you're seeing this show, it won't be the same day that we actually record the show. And we're recording this show, it's on 9/11. It's the 14th anniversary of what went on at the World Trade Center in New York. As most of us all remember where we were on that day and what went on that day and how it basically changed the United States of America. And one of the things that we learned, I think, on that day is we bandy around the word hero quite a bit. I mean, sometimes we use it maybe a little more loosely than maybe we ought to, but one of the things we did learn that day is what a true hero was. And to me, the hero is somebody that puts their life on the line to protect other people. And a lot of people qualify in that area. Like I said, we give that name to a lot of people, but a lot of people do qualify in that area, and that's where we are today on 9/11. We're here at one of the newest fire department offices in Nelson County, and we got JT Bass here with us. He's the chief of the. Well, I'm going to ask you you've got a new name?
Yes, sir. Our board, effective 2 Tuesdays ago, we have assumed the name Nelson County Fire and Rescue. We were formerly Bardstown Nelson County Volunteer Fire Department Incorporated. So as the change is taking effect, we're basically doing a rebranding is the easiest way to put it. A lot of the logos that you see currently on our apparatus and those type things will be updated to our new logo that will incorporate our membership.
Nice looking.
Yes, sir.
Who designed that for you?
We had several different folks. There were several guys that actually stepped up and provided some input, and we bounced it around. It was definitely a labor of love, but the membership has really embraced this, and something we're proud of. Again, it's got our American flag, it's got our Commonwealth flag on it, it's got our company number, which is now 8. And so again, the guys really bought into that. And
now I have to join the fire department to get a shirt like this. Well, we'll see. Well, before we get in, we're going to talk a little bit about what the fire department entails and some of the equipment you see in front of us and behind us. But before we do that, JT, tell us a little bit about JT Bass. I mean, you've got an experience. You've coming in from other areas. You've been well trained in the area of fire and rescue.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm 40 years old. I'm married to my wife's name is Ginger, and we have a daughter, Morgan, and she's a sophomore. She actually goes to Mayo High School in Louisville. Been in the fire service since 1992. My full-time job, I'm a captain with the Louisville Fire Department, originally from South Carolina, and certified nationally firefighter, an instructor, hazmat tech, an emergency medical technician, all those things. But basically right at 23 years of service. I'm from a very rural area in South Carolina. I actually believe not more rural than this. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because, you know, a lot of the guys here just kind of think I'm a Louisville guy, but I try to explain to them I'm from a place that is a little more country than this. But I can tell you now, my wife and I recognized very early on that some of the best people in this world live in Nelson County, and we could not be more proud to be a part of this community and to have the friends that we do out here. Definitely grateful. All
right. Well, I know a fire. Basically, if you get into a fire's a fire. I mean, it's hot. It's burning. But do you see a lot of difference in a fire in a rural area as opposed to a metropolitan area?
That's a really good question, actually. With a suburban and an urban type area, typically it's more populated. So, you know, time is of the essence for us, and naturally there, it seems like we usually get the call maybe a little earlier. Also with that, you know, just naturally have travel time. So it's not uncommon for us here. We're covering almost 200 square miles with our fire district. So when we do get the call, we have that amount of time that it takes for our members to make it to the run. Well, you know, in Louisville, they're not covering basically 100 total square miles, and they have more fire stations. But you know, so there is just that time difference is key for them. Is it better? Is it worse? I guess you could argue either way. But overall, again, our level of service here and there is top notch because of the people that we have. So all of our folks are very highly trained, and they're very highly motivated. Our volunteers are, goodness gracious, I can't say enough about how proud I am of them. Over the last year, it's kind of the ups and downs that have come with the transition, and we have not lost one single volunteer.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. We'll get into a little bit of the operations here in a few minutes, but right now I'm looking at a fire truck, and well, let's go to these helmets real quick before we get into the fire truck. Now, you tell me some of these helmets are not necessarily, even as hard as they are, not necessarily the most modern of what's available now to firefighters.
Correct. The helmet you see here on the end is the style that we had before, and our board, again, we've kind of recognized there's a lot of emphasis that we want to make sure that we stress, and safety of our personnel is key. We want to provide them with the highest level of protection as we can, and so these helmets are good for 10 years. And so through the NFPA standard, we had some helmets that somehow were no longer within date. So one of the things we recognized earlier was we needed to make this investment immediately through the transition. So firefighters being firefighters, we're just big boys a lot of times, and so
there's your toys.
Well, in a way you could look at it that way, but again, we knew we wanted to give something that sort of developed some of the esprit de corps type things, and so this is one of them. And again, the day we posted a picture of this on our Facebook, I got about 10 texts from members wanting to know if they were getting their helmet that day. So we're excited to give them these, and again, these are good for 10 years. These have several different features that allow, obviously, again, we talked about our company member, and every member has this type shield. And then the eye protection are ANSI compliant, and it actually folds down. So again, us being rough, tough guys, these will last a lot longer than this style where it's exposed. And so again, we made that investment here, and again, really like it. I think the guys are going to enjoy them too.
Well, absolutely. Well, nice looking helmets, and like I said, I know safety is always one of the number one issues, and anytime you get into an issue like this, a volunteer has to know that they have to trust their equipment when they go into something like this.
Absolutely. And again, we're very fortunate. All of our equipment, we've taken this opportunity to literally go through piece by piece. One of our board members, Derek Laswell, has been integral in that, and I mean, he is a very detailed guy, almost to a fault, and he has literally gone by member, piece by piece, to make sure that what we're equipping people with today and going forward meets all national and state standards.
Okay, well, now behind us here now, this is the big toy. This is the one little boys aspire to when they're little, and something that everybody wants to ring the bell and blow the whistle, but and ride on the back. Tell us a bit about what we're looking at here.
This is a Ferrara fire truck. This is obviously assigned here to our Botland Fire Station. It's suited for 6 firefighters to ride on. It carries plenty of water, carries foam complements, carries hose, carries our ladders, and also has rescue equipment. So if they make an injury accident, they are able to do some cutting of the doors, jaws of life type stuff. Trying to think.
Now everybody has to basically be trained on everything on here. Now, they know what all. Now I'm looking at this and it looks like a foreign, something foreign to me. But they know what they're doing when they get on this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, one of the things that we've done through the transition is we've recognized pretty quick that being a volunteer department, we need to develop more apparatus operators. And again, that's something that our folks have really bought into. Every one of our members goes through a strict training process. There's guidelines that are set out through the state and through our department. And so they have to spend so many hours training driving, so many hours training actually pumping. And once they are at that level, they are checked off by one of our 10 fire instructors that we have on staff.
Now, how old is this truck?
This is brand new.
Brand new.
Yes, sir.
And how long would you expect a truck like this to be in service before you look for a new one?
Roughly 20-25 years.
Really?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. This isn't just like a regular old
Y'all take
pickup
good care
truck.
of your vehicles.
Well, we try. Yes, sir. We try. Well, and again, that's part of the pride of being a member, and most firefighters share.
Well, that's absolutely great. Well, let's go just a step over here real quickly, and I know you got to be proud of this one too. You got a brand new vehicle here that does more than just drive down the road and look pretty.
Correct. We bought 2 of these through agency, actually online. Believe it or not, this vehicle was the fire chief in Toronto, Canada, is who this belonged to. And we bought 2 of these, and we got a really good deal on both of them. It came equipped for the most part. We've had to do a few things to modify it to meet our needs. But we identified early on that we were going to have to be able to provide the resources for our command officers to be able to respond in a timely fashion, so we can get there, keep our folks organized and safe and accounted for. And so the board bought 2 of these. They're twins, and for the most part, I keep one, and our assistant chief Billy Mattingly keeps the other one. We have 4 other officers, and they rotate in from time to time, so that one of us always covers 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, just like our volunteers that are making the runs for us. Well, out of our 6 officers, one of us is always in this So
all right, we got a friend going down the road,
Yes, sir.
a fan, so we always like that. So hopefully somebody likes us.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here right now. We come back. We've got JT Bass with us here, the chief of the, I'm going to get the Nelson County Fire and Rescue. I'll get that straight before the interview's over with. But we'll come back and we'll look at some more stuff as we'll move inside and get away from some of this traffic and go inside and talk about the operations and what you can expect from this new fire department and rescue squad, and how you can get in touch and how you can feel a little safer at night when you go to bed. We'll take a quick break. Be back in a few minutes here on Channel 6 TV, Central Kentucky TV. Be right back.